Open the PartnerGrants new user interface. This tutorial is intended for existing registered external users of the PartnerGrants system and highlights notable differences between the new user interface and its classical version. This guidance does not replace any existing guidance that displays tasks performed using the classical display. Such guidance still remains relevant and continues to be a useful resource. Be assured, City of Austin staff will revise the library of individual task instructions to reflect the new user interface display screens, but doing so will take time. Nevertheless, the overall process remains relatively the same. It is the effort of getting to your desired workflow that has been improved and streamlined, and what this tutorial aims to cover. For those few instances where guidance is genuinely new and/or processes become significantly different within the new user interface, such guidance will be prioritized for update and inclusion in your resource APH PartnerGrants video library. So let's begin. For a side-by-side comparison, the new user interface is displayed on your right, and the familiar classical display is shown on your left. As soon as you come to the URL partnergrants.austintexas.gov, you will notice a bit has changed. The entire PartnerGrants platform has undergone a modern, fresh new look, starting with the login screen itself. The login page for the new user interface has now been split into two columns, with announcements on the right and your data entry field on the left. Applicant, contracted agencies, and external users will continue to log in using their username and password. City of Austin personnel will continue to log in through the single sign-on portal within the City of Austin network. Those credentials have changed from the top down to this single sign-on button. For City of Austin users who click this button, you will be automatically loaded into PartnerGrants if you have already signed on to single sign-on in any of the other Microsoft Online applications. If you have not done so, you will encounter the City of Austin splash screen, and then you can log in from there. In addition to the standard features, you will see a new function listed below. The button entitled View Current Funding Opportunities. When you select this button, it will allow visitors to the website, whether they are registered users or not, the ability to view through a storefront window of currently available funding opportunities. Visitors may check this site as often as they would like, since various portions of the city's social services and equity-related investments are competed periodically. This storefront window provides a title of what is being competed through a solicitation. It will also display the program area of which that money will be managed and any deadlines associated with the application. Should additional requirements such as pre-application documentation be applicable, an earlier deadline will appear in the pre-application column. Note The system enforces all dates within that are displayed here when applications are submitted. Once an available funding opportunity matches your nonprofit organization's programming, the visitor can select the row to get further details. If the visitor is a nonprofit organization and has already registered as a potential City of Austin vendor and is interested in applying, then they can log in or register for the PartnerGrant system here. So to log in, once you log in, despite whether a registered user logs into the system to apply for available funding or is simply returning to submit a claim, once the user logs in, they are now greeted with an informative new dashboard. This display screen immediately after login seems the most exciting feature of the new user interface upgrade. As you can see, the classic main menu, once is now, that was in the center of the screen, is now located off to the left as a dynamic drop-down window, as a dynamic drop-down menu. And the real estate space that the main menu once occupied is the user's dashboard. This screen will display associated workflows, assigned deadlines, recent activity, and/or any activity requiring immediate attention. For users who would like to see this screen by calendar, they can just switch to the calendar view. To create new workflow that does not yet already exist, users will continue to navigate through the main menu as before. It's just on the side. Users may continue to sort ascending or descending on any desired column. But instead of selecting the hyperlink to enter the workflow, you may select anywhere within the row. Once you click on a component, you will come to a list of other components as displayed here. In the new user interface, once you click on a component, you will notice a different change. With the When you click on a component, your vertical list now displays as brief tabs horizontally across your screen as you drill deeper. This is intended to reduce the need for the back button usage. These tabs may vary by opportunity and are small in length to permit loading as many module components as possible. To view the full component name, simply hover over the tab to see the full details. And once you select a subcomponent, you will notice that you can also navigate using the previous and next tabs to advance between the tabs up here. Go back to the previous tab. There you go. Another feature worth highlighting are the forms containing multi-list instructions. In a multi-value select section, to recap, the multi-list sections are those sections within a form that may contain more than one record at a time, whereas single select sections are only limited to one and only response. In this example, you are seeing both types of sections, a single select and a multi-select. When adding records to a multi-select, select Add Row and complete the content. Then select Save Row. When editing existing records within a multi-select section, select anywhere on the desired row and make your edits. To edit forms within a single select section, click on, you will notice that the edit button at the top of the section, the top of the form is gone, and all you have to do is go to this at the section level itself and select Edit Form. This will enable all sections within the form that are single value sections to open up. And then simply select Save Form. And lastly, At the bottom of your screen, there is a log out icon, so you don't have to scroll up to the top. The log out icon is always available at the bottom of the screen. So, as mentioned earlier, once you arrive at your desired workflow, the overall process remains relatively the same. This concludes the guidance on navigating the new PartnerGrants new user interface.